Hi there sewers. In this video I'm going to talk a little bit about fabric. Some of the terms referring to fabric that you might see in patterns, but also the sort of fabrics that you might choose for certain projects. So first off, I've just chosen a sort of medium weight denim here to talk about something called selvage. And that is it's the edge of the fabric, basically. It's just it's a different word for the edge of the fabric, but it's the long edge of the fabric. And as you can see with this one, if I bring it up nice and close to the camera, you've got sort of like almost like a bonded, you can see where the fabrics, you've got this bit here, which is like the main bit of the fabric, and then just this little edge here, and the texture of the fabric changes slightly. And that's just where on the edge of the loom or whatever it's been produced on, it creates a nice edge here that doesn't ever fray, and is always parallel. So that becomes very handy when you want to do things like line up the grain line of your fabric, because you'll always find if you put it parallel to this edge here, then you won't go wrong. And you can see how different that is to an edge here that's been cut. So this is just a cut edge of the same fabric, but as you can see here, if I do this, it kind of frays and starts to unravel, whereas if you have this edge here, you can do that countless times and it doesn't ever do that. So it's a nice firm edge. So there's that, and a couple of other terms that I think it would be helpful for you to talk about. Sometimes patterns talk about the warp and the weft of a fabric, and those are just the two. Fabric is made of two sets of threads. One goes one way and then one goes at right angles to the other, and then they fold in and bond in together to form fabric. And the warp is the long end, so along the length of a fabric, and the weft. So you can see on here, this one, it shows up quite nicely because you've got almost like lines here. So that would be the warp thread of the fabric. And then if I turn over to this side here, it's a bit easier to see. You can see it's quite different, but this fabric, this thread here clearly comes this way. So you've got that way there where it goes along the length of the fabric there, and this way here that goes along the width of the fabric. So the warp is the length and the weft is the width. So hopefully that little short video there, that bit of video, will show you explain a term that's that might be a bit of a mystery up till now. So there's that. The other thing I'm going to talk about with fabric is the different widths that it comes in, and we've talked about this on a couple of occasions with regards to patterns. So in the previous video where I talk about pattern symbols and cutting out your pattern and that sort of thing, fabric generally comes in two widths. So we've got one that's 115 centimetres or approximately 44 to 45 inches wide, and then an additional one which is 58 to 60 inches wide or 150 centimetres wide. So I'm just going to show you quickly a couple of fabrics. So I've got this one here, and I'm going to use my trusty tape measure, and I'm just going to spread it across the table here so that you can see the centimetre. So you can see I've got, so from the far edge here, it starts at number 1 over there, and then it goes across here, and I've done it to sort of 80, so it's easy to see. And this one here, I've got just again a sort of a bit of a denim here, something that I would use maybe to make a pair of trousers or a light sort of duster coat or something like that. And I'm just going to put it on my tape measure. So, and I've got it folded in half just because it's easier, but you can see if I put this across, it's at number 1 at the far edge, and you'll have to trust me on that one, but it is at number 1 at the far edge. And here it goes up to number 75. So simple mental maths would indicate that 75 twice over is 150 centimetres wide. So that is, that's that one there. And then I've got another fabric here, which is just a pretty cotton here, and this one you can see where the selvage is, interestingly, on this one here, because down the edge of this, and this is another clue, is very often you've got the manufacturer or the producer or the designer of the fabric, and then all the various colours in the fabric. And if you see that on the edge of a fabric, you'll always know that is a selvage as well. So this is a lightweight 100% cotton, so the sort of thing that I might use to make a skirt or a blouse or something like that. Lightweight summer skirt or a blouse. And if I put this down on this, on here, you'll be able to see. So on my left hand, that's at the 0 end of my tape measure, but on my right hand here that you can see, let me just centre that a bit better for you. You can see that that comes up to 55, 56 centimetres. So you times that by 2 and that gives you about 110 centimetres. So that is a narrower fabric. So those are generally the two widths that fabric, certainly you buy it in the UK, that's the two widths it would generally come in. I hope this video has been helpful. Do press like, make a comment if there's other videos that you would like to see us making, and hit the subscribe button if you would like to see our videos as and when we produce them. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon. Bye bye.